We finally have massive new updates flooding in for Mortal Kombat 2, and this is huge. We now know exactly when the next trailer is dropping. We have brand new footage dates confirmed, plot details have leaked from recent test screenings revealing big story details, and a villain who's been deliberately hidden from all marketing is about to be unveiled in just 2 weeks. But that's not even the craziest part. Ed Boon just sat down with the producer and revealed his hands-on involvement with this sequel, giving us more updates. We have more insane news about resurrections, Quan Chi's necromancy powers, and Karl Urban's performance as Johnny Cage, but this isn't even as crazy as the stuff we'll talk about later regarding what's happening in the final 15 minutes. That sets up the entire third film. First up, Warner Bros. Just confirmed on February 12, 2026 that the second official trailer for Mortal Kombat 2 will premiere at IGN FanFest on February 25th, exactly 13 days away. Producer Todd Garner has been extremely active on social media, teasing that there is a plan, and confirming the second trailer will be attached to upcoming theatrical releases, signaling that the studio is finally kicking the marketing campaign into overdrive as we approach the May 8, 2026 release date. This is the moment fans have been waiting for since the film wrapped production back in January 2024, and the fact that Warner Bros. Is attaching this trailer to theatrical releases means they're confident this sequel will dominate the summer box office. But let me know if you think moving the release date will be good or bad for this movie. Now here's where things get absolutely insane, and we'll come back to the trailer in a moment. But first we need to talk about what Ed Boon himself just revealed in a sit-down interview with producer Todd Garner that dropped on February 9th. The co-creator of Mortal Kombat, the man who built this franchise from the ground up, sat down for over an hour and discussed his hands-on involvement with the sequel, and his comments should put every single fan concerned to rest. Boon stated that this was the absolute best of all the films in terms of my experience, just being heard, going back and forth with you guys, talking about what we think would be the best thing for the movie. He emphasized that the collaboration wasn't just lip service, it was actual discussions, actual back and forths about creative decisions like who should die, who shouldn't die, and what risks they should take with the story. Boon attended multiple test screenings and watched the film improve with each new edit, witnessing audience reactions get stronger every single time. He even admitted there was a scene where Baraka cracks a joke that he initially opposed, thinking fans would hate it, but when he saw it play in front of test audiences, people unanimously thought it was hilarious and it landed perfectly. But my question is, why the hell is Baraka cracking jokes? I think he is talking about funny insults or puns. Moving on, fresh plot details from a recent January 2026 test screening have leaked online, and they reveal massive story spoilers that completely reshape what we thought this movie would be. And warning, there are very minor spoilers ahead. According to multiple sources who attended the screening, Cole Young, the divisive original character from the 2021 film, dies within the first 20 minutes of Mortal Kombat 2. Let me know what you guys think about him in the comments. Shao Kahn, portrayed by Martin Ford, is described as absolutely awesome, and he goes on an absolute killing spree throughout the film, fighting King Jared, Cole Young, Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Kitana at various points. The film introduces Edenia as a major location, and Shao Kahn kills both Cole Young and Liu Kang during the story. Now here's the kicker, Liu Kang has a surprisingly small role in the sequel, and reportedly disappears in embers when he dies, which heavily suggests a connection to the Netherrealm and sets up his potential resurrection or transformation in future films. So yes, they are killing Liu Kang, but he will just come back in the next movie? Let me know if you're excited about Liu Kang's journey to continue beyond death, or worried that his reduced role is a mistake. Other confirmed deaths include Jax Briggs and ultimately Shao Kahn himself by the end of the movie, proving that no character is safe in this brutal tournament. Also, the test screening attendees report that Kitana is positioned as a main character in the sequel and is portrayed exceptionally well by Adeline Rudolph. Her storyline is interwoven with Johnny Cage's arc throughout the film, representing the collision between Earthrealm and the Edenia Outworld conflict. According to January 2026 test screening leaks, Noob Saibot appears in the final 15 minutes of Mortal Kombat 2, setting up a major cliffhanger for the already announced third installment. His appearance includes a wild fight sequence where Scorpion, the reanimated Kano, Johnny Cage, and Jade all team up to battle the shadowy Spectre. Test screening reports confirm that Quan Chi resurrects Kung Lao as a reborn revenant entity and that Kano is indeed reanimated through dark magic. Quan Chi himself reportedly does not engage in physical combat during the film, instead serving as the puppet master manipulating souls and raising armies from the dead, which is perfectly in line with his character from the games. Now here's the prediction everyone needs to hear. There's an extremely high probability, somewhere between 85 and 90% chance that Quan Chi will appear in the upcoming February 25th trailer at IGN FanFest. All the evidence points to this being the perfect moment to reveal him. The October 2025 trailer focused heavily on main protagonists like Johnny Cage and primary antagonist Shao Kahn, along with returning characters and new faces like Kitana and Jade. The upcoming February trailer represents the second major promotional push before the May theatrical release, and second trailers typically expand the villain roster and deepen plot complexity. Since the film already revealed Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Sindel, and King Jared in marketing materials, Quan Chi represents completely fresh content that can generate massive buzz without spoiling the core tournament storyline. The producer's deliberate Thanksgiving reveal back in November completely contradicts any strategy of saving Quan Chi as a theatrical surprise. You don't publicly confirm a character months before release if you're planning to keep them completely hidden. Expect a 15 to 30 second Quan Chi sequence in the February 25th trailer, likely showcasing his necromancy powers, a confrontation with Shang Tsung, or a chilling moment where he raises the dead to establish the film's supernatural horror elements beyond the martial arts tournament fighting. Do you think Quan Chi will steal the show as the breakout villain of the sequel? We have more big updates later, but now let's shift gears and talk about what exactly is happening with the story and who's actually going to survive this tournament. Very recent test screening leaks reveal that the film finally delivers an actual Mortal Kombat tournament, which was the biggest complaint about the 2021 movie. The Arcana system from the first film, which many fans despised, has been completely removed, though there's conflicting information suggesting Johnny Cage somehow takes one, whatever that means in context. Shang Tsung, the primary villain of the first movie, barely appears in the sequel, which makes sense given that Shao Kahn is clearly being positioned as the main physical threat. Raiden also barely appears because he's consulting with the Elder Gods, which reduces his screen time but opens up narrative space for the tournament competitors to take center stage. Scorpion, one of the most iconic characters in the franchise, also has minimal screen time in this installment, even though he was the highlight of the trailer that was released, at least for me, likely saving his major moments for the third film. Major fight sequences include King Jared versus Shao Kahn, Sonya Blade versus Sindel, Katana versus Johnny Cage, Cole Young versus Shao Kahn, Jax versus Jade, Liu Kang versus the resurrected Revenant Kung Lao, Johnny Cage versus Baraka, a team battle with Sonya Blade, Jax and Liu Kang against Shao Kahn. In an absolutely wild encounter where Scorpion, the reanimated Kano, Johnny Cage, and Jade team up against Noob Saibot. The film features many fight scenes shot in long takes with strategic slow motion, lots of CGI blood that reportedly looks far better than the first film, and creative fatalities that honor the brutal finishing moves from the games. Let's talk about what Simon McQuoid and his team learned from the criticisms of the first film, and how they're course-correcting for the sequel. Producer Todd Garner has openly acknowledged that they're trying to address fan complaints, and it's clear from every interview and behind-the-scenes report that the creative team is self-aware about what didn't work in 2021. The absence of an actual tournament was the biggest complaint, and that's been rectified. The Arcana system, which felt like unnecessary complexity that distanced the film from the games, has been removed. The over-reliance on Cole Young, an original character nobody asked for, is being addressed by killing him early and shifting focus to iconic characters like Johnny Cage, Kitana, and the ensemble of fan favorites. Director Simon McQuoid explained that the pre-production process for the sequel was his favorite part of making the movie because that's where the tone gets built, the emotional calibration happens, and the vision gets locked in. Now let's address the runtime and production details that give us clues about the film's scope. Mortal Kombat 2 has a confirmed runtime of 116 minutes, which is just under 2 hours and actually slightly shorter than the first film's 110-minute runtime once you account for credits. This suggests the sequel is tightly paced without unnecessary bloat, focusing on delivering maximum action and story efficiency. The film was shot specifically for IMAX, which means certain sequences were filmed with IMAX cameras to provide expanded aspect ratio and enhanced visual immersion for premium format screenings. This is significant because it shows Warner Bros. Invested serious money into making this a genuine theatrical event rather than just another streaming title.